I'll stay till the good Lord takes me from here. Red, red, green in her eyes and the hair's a purple red. Young, young, was long ago when all this begun. So I won't go, I'm in this as deep as I can go. Oh, she's pretty and she's kind. We are not these angry times. We are not these angry times. Wait, wait. Even underwater, my love will not be swayed. Take, take. Let's take our time to fix those mistakes. Give, give. Open up and let us forget. 'Cause I won't go. I'm in this as far as it will go. Oh, she's stubborn and I'm blind. But we are not these angry times. We are not these angry times.
Yeah, that's what I think.
You, I woke up and set my eyes on you. Hope, hope, hope there's no end to this hope.
You good sound wise?
Build, build, brown hair, blue eyes, kids love to build. So I won't go, I'm in this as long as I can go. Oh, he's crazy and she's shy, but we are not these angry times. We are not these angry times. We are not these angry times. We are not these angry times.
Wait, okay. We're live.
Good to go?
We are live.
All right.
Grab my watch and keys. There's a difference between wants and needs. I need your love, baby, but I want the world. When our hearts and minds, they both try to drive. We could fly or we could stall. Or we'll lose it all. Oh, the river raged. It swole from a weekend rain. Came all the way up into the yard. Sometimes this world it shakes. Shakes us wide awake. No matter to which God you call, we'll still lose it all. Ooh, ooh. Oh, now, for heaven's sakes, how much more could we take? We'll take the joy, take the pain. So, baby, just to keep our edge, maybe we'll shave our heads. We will answer the call, or we'll lose it all. Woo, woo. All right. Now when my mom did pass, left us all on our asses. But we tend to ignore all these painful truths. But the fact is, we're all running out of time, and it should come to none of us as a surprise. We could stretch it out, or we could stall. Still we'll lose it all. Lose it. So ladies and gentlemen, let's raise them up. My friends, raise them like we can't get enough. 'Cause any day now, this all could end. So don't you look so afraid. Let's all jump into the parade. We should have us a ball before we lose it all. Now lose it. Don't want to confuse it. Lose it all. Ooh, ooh. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. My name is Adam Fitz. Wrote this song for my wife. It's called We Are Not These Angry Times. Here's where I stay till the good Lord takes me from here. Red, there's a green in her eyes and her hair's a perfect red. Underwater, my love will not be swayed. Take. Sometimes I drink too much. I make so many mistakes. So give. Let's give ourselves some time to forgive. 'Cause I won't go. I'm in this as deep as it will go. Oh, she's stubborn and I'm blind. We are not these angry times. We are not these angry times. Hope, said I hope I never run out of this hope. That love, honey, this love. You know our morning alarm clocks cry out our love. So let's build. We made brown-haired, blue-eyed kids who love to build. So I won't go. I'm in this as deep as it can go. Oh, he's crazy and she's shy. We are not these angry times. 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 All right. We're down here in Washington, Pennsylvania with Johnny at Interval Studios. It's awesome to be here. I appreciate you having me on your maiden voyage into the live world. Yeah, so I don't know who's tuning in, but I was hoping some of my family would. I'm from Chicago, and I wrote the song about my family when I lived in Chicago, and it's called One of Them.
It's about family. Some things you're stuck with, I guess I'm one of them. I've only seen the bright side of the street. I've been staring at it now for weeks. Then life clicks its funny shoes as we're only passing through. We'll be back in the shade before too long. And I'd wish to God, but Lord, I'm not praying. You out when I'd rather just stay in. Speaking of promises I don't remember making, some things you're stuck with, I guess I'm one of them. I'd never heard all the songs you sung. Now I know the words to everyone. Never could quite separate the ones I loved, the ones I hate. We all sing along just the same. And I'd wish to God, but Lord, I'm not praying. I'm asking you out when I'd rather just stay in. I don't remember making, some things you're stuck with, I guess I'm one of them. And I'd wish to God, but Lord, I'm not praying. I'm asking you out when I'd rather just stay in. Speaking of promises I don't remember making, some things you're stuck with, I guess I'm one of them. Some things you're stuck with, I guess I'm one of them. Some things you're stuck with, I guess I'm one of them. Yeah, I like, it's interesting right now how angles and lyrics of songs mean things a little bit different. When you can't go do stuff, you know, some people are enjoying not having to go out and do stuff. You know, some people are realizing what's at stake. So this next song is a song that I wrote for my mother a long time ago. She passed away in 2002. And this is a song I wrote sometime in the wake of that. It's called Used To. Picking up the pictures that fell off the shelf, you carry out what you brought in. Know your mama loved you from the way she'd sign her letters she wrote to you each time you went away. Just thinking about the way you used to. Just thinking about the way you used to. Just thinking about the way you used to. It can't be bad when you expect it to get worse. Everything we hold is bound to be left. This boy lies or sits in his chair. He can sleep just fine when he wants to. I said I sleep just fine when I want to, but got no reason to get up early. They're fishing for us with worms. Got no worries, there ain't no problems, there ain't nothing we can't sleep off. Just thinking about the way he used to. Thinking about the way he used to. Just thinking about the way he if you could hold me, just hold me so I can let it go. Coming to terms with this mug you were stuck with. Our job is to watch things disappear. And the shipping canal, it's flexing its muscles. We walk into church and we sit. I said we go to church and just sit there. Just thinking about the way you used to. Just thinking about the way you used to. Thinking about the way you used to. Just thinking about the way you used to. Thinking about the way you used to. Thinking about the way you used to. Yeah. Cool. Some of these higher up ones are getting a little bit. So this is Johnny's maiden voyage into the live world. He's been doing amazing work with Zachary Lee and Jackson Gardner, who are out here hanging out with us. And I feel really honored that I got to do this maiden live voyage. So thanks for having me here. All right. This next song, I'm going to send out to my friend Eddie Dixon. He's down in Mississippi. He's been one of my musical compadres for going on 20 years now. And a couple years ago, me and him were sending song titles back and forth to each other and trying to write songs out of them. So this was one of the first song titles he sent me. It's called Can't Pardon Me. And this song came out. The bark is brittle, the bars have worn down my bite, almost in spite of the hope you had in hiding, the parts you lost along the way. Please excuse the man I used to be. Excuse the painful things we've seen. There's no excuse could take this guilt or set me free. But every day I write the man can't pardon me. Push comes to shove, a heart that's broken is open, waiting for love. A wedding band and these moving boxes, they clutter the basement with your past. Please excuse the man I used to be. Excuse the peace I failed to keep. No excuse could cure this haunting memory. Every day I write the man can't pardon me. Is wet, the skies have cleared up, the wind had called and now has come. A pair of kids, they make silly choices, there's much less to be lost than to be found. Please excuse the man I never came to be. excuse the kid you took away from me. There's no excusing all those wicked words we'd speak. Every day I write, the man can't pardon me. Every day I write, the man can't pardon me. Every day I write, the man can't pardon me. All right. I was just talking about Jackson Gardner. We're going to get him in here in a little bit, and we're going to talk to each other in a little bit. So, if you want to hear what I really think, that might not be in the songs, you're in for a treat. This next song is going to be on a new record coming out sometime later this year, sometime in the next couple months, hopefully. It's called Meantime, and I cut it back in Chicago. And I think a lot of my influences are hiding in it. So if you hear something that sounds familiar, it's probably something that I hold dear to my heart. So the song's called Meantime. Hangs heavy around your neck. You trusted in silence, left each moment an island. Oh, but you were a mountain of reckless abandon. So you tripped on a canyon and shared your companion. Said, oh, in the meantime, oh, in the meantime, oh, in the meantime, it was not kind. Not kind. Oh, I'd lie and tell you it was mine. See, we're pros at pretending like this life is never ending. Now, my coven of outlaws, don't let this come out wrong when we all sing sha-la-la-la-la-la-la, sha-la-la-la-la-la. Said, oh, in the meantime, oh, in the meantime, oh, in the meantime, it was not kind. It was not kind. Once we were younger, we were funner and dumber. Our promises faded. Now we're in this cabin waiting. We mirror the bitter, although we know better. Whether or not we were ready to change. Oh, in the meantime, oh, in the meantime, oh, in the meantime. Oh, in the meantime, these hearts still remember. Sha-la-la-la-la-la-la, for the lost and departed, and those who never even got started. Sha-la-la-la-la-la. Oh, in the meantime, oh, in the meantime, oh, in the meantime, it was not kind. It was not kind. Oh, in the meantime, oh, in the meantime, oh, in the meantime, it was not kind. Was not kind. Oh, in the meantime, oh, in the meantime, oh, in the meantime, meantime. All right. How's everyone doing? Sounds okay? Cool. Lots of thumbs up. All right. I don't know what our time's like.
We are 6:22. We're 22 minutes into this bad boy. Everything's running smooth. Everything's running good. I don't want to step on your,
I appreciate it. These are weird.
I'll be hooting and hollering over here. I hope you're hooting and hollering
I appreciate that tuner. All right. So, 2020, huh, guys? I actually wrote this song, this next song, when I lived in Chicago, and I hadn't written a song in a long time, a couple years, and I decided I was going to try to write a song, and I wanted to write, of course, after a long break, the best thing to do is try to write a song like Leonard Cohen. So, so I was like, all right, let's try to write a Leonard Cohen song, and then this song came out, and I think it has aged well, because it seems all too relevant in this moment. So this next song is called Bad News. Noah screamed from the bow of the ark, Lord, is this all you've got? We caught eyes from across the bar. Is it not meet thou art? Sure it's sad, but here I am at the ink on your back where your belt meets your tan. They warned me about you. Yeah, they all said that you were bad news. Bad news. We were able ceremoniously slain. There on the bank stood regretfully Cain. Their best guess, it was something she ate. We got to the ER just a day too late. Just happened once, but that's quite enough. See, the tiniest of bugs will get the better of us. Now it's hard to find peace, 'cause every time the phone rings, it's bad news. Bad news. Mary gasped as they mocked her son. The cross on the back of the chosen one. Children duck with their books on their backs. Armed guards to see that they safely pass. Sure it's sad, but here I am. Little boys see too much, eyes glaze over like men. Will this fight make us safer? See, every time I open the paper, it's bad news. Hallelujah, sang Peter to Jude, as their hands touched the flesh of the Savior's wounds. Under fire on the ground, double-crossed, we believe at what cost. Sure, it's sad, but here I am, there in yesterday's fight over the promised land. Seems it's not getting better, but here's time with the weather. It's bad news. Bad news. All right. Bad news for all our folks in the service industry. We're hoping that a lot of their places of employment will be there on the other side of this. So this song goes out to all our people who currently or formerly have worked in the service industry, and procrastinators. This song's called The Waiter. I've been a waiter for so long. I've been a waiter for so long. Hey, Mom, we're doing great. Live down by the interstate. Sure, we stay up real late, but we chose this fate. The stacked plates and rattled bones, sore feet and student loans. Sometimes a double shift. Hell, we were born for this. 'Cause I've been a waiter for so long. I've been a waiter for so long. Tomorrow we're tired as shit. After a double shift, see, we won't call it a night until we're not seeing right. Ravi's a sick dude. Makes glazed eyes make bomb food. This life ain't for everyone. I'm out here having fun. 'Cause I've been a waiter for so long. I've been a waiter for so long. We're all out on the hunt, doing our own stunts. Not sure what's coming up. Man, my job is filling cups. The tips fall down from the top, waiting for them to drop. Mom, sometimes we're out of luck. Can I borrow $20? 'Cause I've been a waiter for so long. 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 Hey! It's The Waiter. Woo! It's a fun one. That song took me forever to write because I was afraid to write more verses because I didn't want to ruin it. I was like, I like that song. It's better than whatever the verses I was writing was. And then I just decided it would be better finished than incomplete. So, appreciate it. So earlier I played a song that I wrote for my wife. This is a song I wrote about my wife. And that one word makes a big difference. So this song is called She Always Catches Me, for my wife. She don't pay me no mind when I'm naked, standing here before her in the flesh. She don't pay me no mind when I'm charming, not a spark or a smirk on her lips. She doesn't bother with her man. She doesn't bother with her man when he's singing. I have to start over. That song is a minute long. It's a minute long. And when you mess it up, and it's a minute long, you just got to start over. So you guys already got the jokes. There's some spoilers. But that's okay. We're going to start it over. Rewind. It goes like this. She don't pay me no mind when I'm naked, standing here before her in the flesh. She don't pay me no mind when I'm charming, not a spark or a smirk on her lips. She doesn't bother with her man when he's singing. We're working or we need the rest. I would guess every man who has held her has got the same song floating from his chest. If I'm pulling up weeds or hitching fences, must be expected, or my work's just that unimpressive. One might think she don't notice me at all, but she always catches me when I'm doing something wrong. Yeah, she always catches me. I said she's had my number all along. It's worth starting over. Yeah. I think my wife had the voodoo doll. She made me mess it up on purpose. So, I see you, honey. I see you. All right. I got 2 more left, I think. Is that right, Johnny? On your list?
You do. Yes, you do.
Cool. All right. This one, as I've been writing songs now, bless you, for 2020, I don't know, 23 years or something like that. I've started to notice some patterns, and I love seasons, so I talk about the summer a lot. I also love the night, so I talk a lot about the night. This song is called The Same Fall, with the subtitle Out in the Night, and then the next song is called Summer Night. So I hope y'all have a good night, and we're going to be back talking to Jackson in a couple songs. But yeah, I'm aware that these songs use the same word, and I'm going to sing them anyway. The song's called The Same Fall. It goes like this. Have we learned nothing at all across the same fall? The syllabus did not describe these lessons, but you made it back from break with all the pills they'd have you take, although you swore that you'd be just fine without them. Men who are not like me, men who travel light, they're not out here hauling their baggage tonight. And all of these sad songs, they go on too long, and all of your nightmares, well, they got you all wrong. You're out of the night. You're out of the night. It's like I learned nothing at all across the same fall, with every day some other boss demanded. Well, I would say fuck this place just to see the looks on all their faces. Hell, man, I never liked them anyway, but it was cool meeting you here and all the kids on the block. They're laughing and they're teasing, but you don't have to hear them. Don't hear them. Don't give them any reasons. That all of these sad songs, they go on for too long, and all of your nightmares have come true, 'cause they got you all wrong. You're out of the night. You're out of the night. out in the night. Have you learned nothing at all across the same fall? See, a trap is but a trap unless you forget it. And I'm still paying for it. All the time that came before this, there's this painful sense in knowing that you've been taken. Men who are not like me, men who travel light, they're not out here dragging the baggage tonight. And all of these sad songs, they go on too long. And all of your nightmares, hell, they got you all wrong. You're out of the night. You're out of the night. Out of the night, the night, the night, the night, the night, the night, out of the night, the night, the night, the night, out of the night, the night, the night, the night, out of the night. It's like we learned nothing at all. Out in the night. All right, for the last song, I'm gonna tune up real quick, and then I talked about not writing for a long time, and I don't know about you guys, if you're hypercritical about yourself, because I was, and I was editing while I was writing instead of writing, and then judging it later, and I have a real thick filter, and so lots of ideas that got passed on because I wouldn't allow myself to go there because of my own insecurities. So a couple years ago, I had a song idea for Summer Night, and there's a lot of my life where I would have said, that sounds dumb, and not done anything with it. And but I was in a place where I said, I'm just gonna write it and then judge it later. So I'm really happy I did because I like the song a lot. Yeah, so there's a time when I would not have let the seed of this idea even come to life, and I'm happy that I've gotten past that. Or I have gotten past that moment. So this song is called Summer Night. Jackpot the 50, Veterans Hall is busy. Crowds are spilled out into the lot. Her shorts were frayed and frail as her keys hung by a nail next to a picture of God. It's funny how the metal cut to let you enter has outlived the lock that it served. So now here we gather, we all band together, bat and embrace and rebuild. On a summer night, on a summer night, we will wake the dead. Now the Jackson boys are drinking, the place they land in Lincoln. The honky-tonk spills out to the curb. Your missteps are fatal, this red-headed tornado. She's going off tonight, it's about to start. On a summer night, we will wake the dead. On a summer night, we'll drive this thing straight ahead. about Jesse? He blew a stop sign, but he won't pay no big fine. See, his dad's name's all over this town. There's fire in the distance, that's the sound of the resistance. The casings in the dirt don't make a sound. On the block where we lost Connor, we'll raise one in his honor. So now here we gather just to prove that we matter. This here's the high life, you're goddamn right. On a summer night, we will wake the dead. On a summer night, drive this thing straight ahead. Whoa, on a summer night. 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 Whoa. Thanks, guys. We'll be back in a couple of minutes with an interview with Jackson Gardner, I think.
We are live.
Hey everybody, this is Jackson Gardner. We are live from Interval Studios. Make sure you go subscribe to our YouTube channel and go check out intervalpublishing.com and everything Johnny's doing over here is great. We have Adam Fitz here today who just played some tune here for you. A local songwriter from the Pittsburgh area, but originally out of Chicago, right?
That's right.
What made you come from Chicago back to Pittsburgh?
Well, my wife is from Latrobe,
Okay.
and now I live in Latrobe. So
Oh, all
she
right,
lived
yeah.
in Chicago for about 16 years. We met there, had kids, and then something about Southwest Pennsylvania brings people back.
Yeah, I know that all too well. Yeah, for sure.
So I'm happy here, man. I love it.
Yeah, it's a good spot. What's different though between the music scene in Chicago and here? Like, what's the atmosphere difference?
Well, it's smaller here,
Yeah.
you know, but I think it's quaint. Like I like it. I think even like when I do gigs in Pittsburgh and I met a lot of Pittsburgh musicians, I feel like even though it's small, I always find people who don't know each other. Right?
Yeah.
So it's like I would just imagine that like everybody has to know everybody already, and I would be like, oh, you know this guy, and they'd be like, no, I don't know that person. And so I think that it hasn't had critical mass, and people come and people go, and so there's inroads out. You know, I think that Pittsburgh's a great crossroads city, and has leaded a lot of great history here. So I've been enjoying the Pittsburgh music scene, and there's like new life coming in it all the time. So but I guess, it's smaller, so it can't be as competitive almost. Like there's like, it can't be as fractured, I would say.
Yeah,
It
absolutely.
kind of people have
get
to
a
come
little bit
together.
of different sound from everybody, and there's kind of room for everyone, Yeah.
For sure, we're in Chicago. I feel like you can be like, oh, you're that kind of metal? Well, we're like this kind of metal,
No, I totally get that for sure. It's funny that you say that too, because like we kind of came to know each other through people that we knew, the Gregs,
Yeah.
and playing stuff like that from Westmoreland County and Pittsburgh, and those scenes kind of colliding a little bit. It's
Yeah.
funny how that works
And
out.
then Washington too. I get pulled down to Washington as much as I do out in Westmoreland County.
Yeah, it's funny. I play here more in Washington than anywhere in the area. Not just because I live here, but it's funny how that happens. But as a songwriter, I'm a songwriter. I know kind of how I do it, but everyone has a different. I'm always interested to hear what's your process like, because it sounds like you have that kind of like Van Morrison kind of thing going on. Do you pull a lot from your inspirations, or do you think that's subconscious? And what's your like writing process like?
I definitely like wear my influences on my sleeve. Like Van Morrison, I grew up with Moondance. That was like in the catalog, but so was Leon Russell, and so was early Tom Waits stuff. Like my dad had that first, the second Tom Waits record, Hard as Saturday Night. Like that was like, and then like country people, like I grew up on the Tom T. Hall children's record.
Oh, yeah.
So like,
Hall, yeah,
I talk about
yeah.
this, man. I have this cassette tape that my dad made me, and I've recently talked about it because like it kind of like the first song. It was a mixtape, right? It was like a dub tape, and the first song on it was "Please Don't Bury Me" by John Prine, and he gave it to me when I was young. Like early elementary school. "Please Don't Bury Me," followed by "One Toke Over the Line," if you know that song by Bruno and Shipley,
yep.
followed by the entire Tom T. Hall children's record. Right?
Wow. On one cassette.
On one cassette. So it was purposely, it was aimed at me. It was like, this is for you. But he was like, you're going to start with some John Prine, and then "One Toke Over the Line,
just
and then
slowly
here's the
moving
children's record. And I spoke with him about it recently, because I played "Please Don't Bury Me" in my set. And he was like, oh yeah, it's like, you got to take your medicine before I give you what you want. He's like,
Yeah, we're gonna lead you
I had to
down the
make
line
sure
and
that
get
you
you
knew
there,
about John Prine. So yeah, like John Prine was we listened lots of John Prine in my household.
Yeah, me too. And it's funny when you start to hear that kind of lyrical, almost literature sensibility in the way he writes, and that sparked that same thing in me. Which it's funny because our genres are a little different, but they kind of have that same lyrical aspect. And that's what I like about what you do. But you also do this thing and I don't know where this stems from you, because I kind of have the same thing that I love, where someone that plays acoustic tries to come up with guitar parts that make it more exciting when it's just you and a guitar.
Yeah, that's out of necessity, and then I've always been like a rhythmic player. Like I'm not precise. I like to say I paint in broad strokes, So it's like for me it's more about energy, and it is like I have a handful of feels, but like once I got here to Pennsylvania, I got here September 1, 2016, and then 2017 I ended up playing about 60 shows, and then it ended 60 shows, and last year was 90 shows. And like those 3 years, I played more shows, probably 3 times as many shows as I had my whole life before that in those 3 years. And so doing those like 3-hour gigs, like you got to vary it up a little bit and bring excitement.
Yeah.
But I've just always like, instead of trying to be precise, I've just always like pushed on percussion.
Groove. Yeah, absolutely, for sure. So how's the COVID stuff affected you in the music world?
In the music world, I mean, lots of gigs canceled. Like, it's funny because I've heard this from a couple people. Like, this was the year I was gonna kind of take a little step back and just be reflective and be like, okay, like, cause last year when I got to 90 gigs, I was working a job and have kids, so like 90 gigs is a lot. That was like my threshold, And I was also doing like a independent video series, so I did like 40 some episodes of that where I was doing collaborative. Singing with people and interviewing them just on my iPhone. So between the 40 of those videos and 90 shows, it was a lot. And I talked to some people and they're just like, well, where are you aiming? And I was just like, buckshot. Just like trying, and so like this was the year I was gonna try to step back and be like, okay, like so what are the things where's the benefit in these things? And it exposes some stuff, man. Like I did a couple streams. But because I'd go like into Pittsburgh and I'd play like what I did tonight, like 30, 45 minutes of my material. But that's not like Washington. You know what I mean? I'm not playing the corner bar playing 45 minutes or 3 hours of my material. Like, I don't know anyone who is. I'm playing the Jason Isbells, but I'm also playing the Hey Judes and the Country Roads and the Bobby McGee's, like unabashedly like bar band, like
Yeah.
just like I'm gonna do my best to entertain y'all and get paid. I'm working, So I have this like divide in me where maybe I'd throw one of my songs in, right? Like
Yeah.
maybe in 3 hours. And so I found that like when I've done some live streaming stuff, it exposed in me those identity questions I have.
Yeah.
I'm like, am I a songwriter or am I an entertainer in this sort of like cover band realm? And so when I've done live streams, I've had people tune in that like know me because I write songs. And when I do Country Roads, they're like, I didn't come here to see that, man. Like,
Yeah.
I'll listen to John Denver do it. Like, I want to hear your songs. And other people who know me from the bar gigs who are like, I don't know any of these songs. Like, play a hit, And so like it's like trying to find that like what my identity is when I'm in my space has been a little challenging. And I actually backed off a lot because of that. Like I didn't know where to step next.
Yeah, it's weird. It was like an identity crisis for everyone, and musically it was kind of crazy because like you said, you rip the rug out from under you, and you're kind of like, what was I doing anyway? Kind of get freaked out a little bit. But thanks for being here, man, and make sure you go. Where can we find you online?
If you search Adam Fitz, Fitz, you can find me almost anywhere.
Okay, cool. Where's like your most popular social media?
Facebook,
interaction?
Instagram. I'm mildly active on Twitter and TikTok, and you can hear all my recorded music at adamfitz.bandcamp.com. And there's a new record coming out sometime soon. We're mixing it. It's like final tweak stages. So
Sweet, cool.
a couple of songs I played tonight should be on there.
Cool. Well, thanks for being here. We appreciate it. Looking forward to the new record. Since you're already streaming here from Interval Studios, make sure you go click the subscribe button. You're already in here, and it helps us out a lot. The more subscribers we get, the quicker we can grow this channel, get music to all of you. And check out Interval Publishing, intervalpublishing.com. I'm tripping over my words here. Intervalpublishing.com. Make sure you come back next week, Sunday night. We're going to be doing another live stream. I'm Jackson Gardner. You can find me on Instagram at Jackson Gardner Music or my website, jacksongardnermusic.com. But make sure you go check out Interval Studios. Thanks, Johnny. Thanks, Adam. We'll see you guys soon.